Summer is a great time to have fun, but that fun can come at a price.
Oh, it is so much fun, though. Trips to the cabin, maybe a flight or two for vacations or visits, heading to your favorite art fairs and festivals. Come on, we want to take advantage this summer, but we know that it can all add up. So Elijah with Great Waters Financial is here this morning, and you have 4 steps to help pay off that summer spending. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
This is a great idea because it's true. You get asked to do so many things in the summer. You want to take advantage of it, and you think, oh, I won't be doing anything in the winter. It'll be fine.
Exactly. You know, we have so many things, from weddings, especially if you're asked to be in a bridal party or whatever it is, you know. Everybody seems to have one of those that pops up occasionally, and we don't plan for these expenses. Maybe it's a summer barbecue, cookout, pool parties, going to Valley Fair, the State Fair. A lot of these things are just extra expenses we don't cover throughout the rest of the year. And the problem is people don't plan for them, so they have to pull out the credit card.
Yeah, and what do you do to kind of maybe chug away at that debt, especially if you rack it up in the summertime?
Well, we have 4 steps.
Okay.
Number 1 is to get organized. I know a lot of people, they have different credit cards in different places, and it looks like a mountain of debt, and it's intimidating. So the first thing is pull out a spreadsheet, simply write down the balances for each card, the payment amount, and write down the date that it's due. Then that leads us, once we're organized, we can put a plan together, which pulls us into our second step. It's building momentum. People always want to pay off the big interest rate, but that can be the biggest card, and that's intimidating. So let's pick the smallest card. Let's apply all the extra money towards that, pay it off, and then once that's paid off, we have all that monthly payment freed up to pile onto the next one.
So you say start with 1 card before you go to the next. Don't try and pay them all off at once?
Yes, pay the minimum payments on all of your cards, except for the smallest. Pay it off this month or next month, and then take that whole payment amount and roll it up to the second card. It's kind of like a snowball then.
Yeah.
With every card you pay off, you have extra money, and the further you roll, the bigger it gets.
And what is the likelihood of getting a lower interest rate on your cards?
Well, that's the third one. We want to try to get lower interest, and you'd be surprised. You call up a credit card company, all you have to do is ask. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it, but you'd be surprised how many times the credit card companies, you call up, say, can you lower my interest rate? Somebody else is offering a better rate. That's all you have to say.
Really?
And they'll start coming at you with offers.
That's a great idea. That's something that I don't think I've ever heard give that advice before, and that could save you a lot of money.
And if they don't reduce it, just transfer your balance to somewhere else.
Great.
I like that idea.
So your final tip is actually look to the future.
Yeah. Well, we went through all this work to pay off this year's. Let's not do the same thing next year. If we can save up, we've got 9 months of probably lower spending between September and June. Let's find out what we spent this year. Maybe it was $900. Stash away $100 a month for those 9 months. Next summer, we get to enjoy paying cash for our fun, and we don't have to clean up a mess later.
I love the way that you've organized this, because if you have fallen into this cycle before, it's very scary, and I think that taking it 1 step at a time, 1 credit card at a time, is really good advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and then the one last point is debt isn't just a problem in the summer, of course. It's a year-round problem, and especially if things start to add up in the summer, then it's hard to kind of get away from that habit.
You're right, and a recent survey actually showed that the average household debt by the end of 2016 will be $8,500.
Oh, wow.
So
just on credit cards?
Credit cards, unsecured debt, $8,500 in America today. I work with a lot of people who have made it to retirement successfully. They're in retirement, they're nearing retirement, and the common theme that I hear for people that are enjoying their retirement, not having to live and be burdened with these debt payments, they paid off their debt and they paid it off early. So getting this under control as early as possible is the top recommendation.
Great advice. Thanks, Elijah.